Well, let's take it a little bit easier today, but we will work on hips and shoulders, do some flow as usual. I'd like you to start off in child's pose. So just bring the big toes together, space between the knees, and just bring the forehead down to the ground. The head needs to be supported, so if you have any back issues and it's too much on the back, you could just put a block down and rest your forehead on the block if that's more comfortable. Now I can feel my ribs against my legs, which is nice because as I breathe I can feel the ribs expand and contract with the breath. So bring your focus to the breath. Start taking longer, deeper breaths, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Each inhale, you're pulling in a little bit more air, filling the lungs a little bit more. Each exhale, make the exhale just as long as the inhale. Now make sure the arms are extended forward, extended child's pose. So you're reaching as much as you can with the arms. And then just walk the hands, the arms over to one side, stretching out the back a little bit more. And take a few breaths on one side. And then walk over to the other side, stretching out the other side of the back. Then we bring the arms back to center, and we walk the hands in. And we're just going to bring the hands between the legs, so more space between the knees, and just bring the hands between the legs. This is the warm-up we do sometimes before crow, not that we're necessarily going to go into crow today. So my fingers are pointing towards the back edge, the edge where my feet are, of the mat, and I'm just working on the wrists a little bit. So this is a bit of a stretch for me. If you want more stretch, you bring the sit bones down towards the heels. If it's too much, you come up. If you're not feeling much, just try and reposition the hands. Maybe walk them a little closer in, whatever. But I find this is a nice stretch for the hands. Keep the fingers on the mat and just lift the palm of the hand up, getting more of a finger stretch. And then release. Bring the knees together. Just shake the hands out. Interlace the fingers. This action, so we've got opposite stretches on each wrist, and we're just going to go back and forth, just stretching the hands out a little. We bring the palms together, and we then just get contact between the fingers, so we're making a sphere with the hand. You can see that, hopefully. And we're really pushing those fingers into each other. Keep contact, but release the pressure. And then push in again. Release the pressure. One more time, push. And release, and just shake the hands out. Come onto your toes. So tucking the toes, hands either side of the knees, and we're just going to rock on the toes. So this is going to stretch out the toes and the back of the ankles. And then we're going to bring the heels closer and closer to the ground as you walk the hands forward. Maybe you can get the heels all the way down. If not, what you could do is roll the mat up so the heels are supported. And I'm trying to get my knees underneath my armpits. And I'm just hugging the arms. And you're getting a nice gentle stretch in the back here. And then a little bit of rocking. And we rock forward. We come onto our hands and knees. And we do cat-cow a few times. Inhale, belly down, head up. Exhale, rounding the back, tucking the chin. Inhaling into cow, exhaling into cat. Moving with the breath. Next time you're in cat, back rounded, chin tucked, hold it. Start pulling the belly in. So you're really trying to pull the belly in towards the spine here. And then into cow, hold cow. Now this time we're going to hold cow, but we're gluing the hands to the mat. We're trying to pull the hands towards the knees. And release. Now make sure you've got plenty of room behind and in front, and we're going to lift up one arm, one leg, and alternate, and we're moving with the breath. We've been doing this a little bit more often, and this is a nice core strengthener. Stabilizes the back. Just trying to synchronize the movement of the arms and the legs. When I bring the arm up, I'm facing the hand into midline, thumb up towards the ceiling, and I'm reaching with the arm and the leg. Try not to bring the leg too high. Try and keep the hips nice and even to the ground. And then we're going to hold the position. We're breathing, not holding the breath. For maybe a count of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we switch. And you don't have to hold the leg up if you prefer, just the arm, that's fine. Other side, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We come back into child's pose for about 3 breaths. Puppy dog. We bring in the hips directly over the knees. We slide the arms forward and we're bringing the head closer to the ground. Armpits pull towards the ground. Arms active. Breathe. Bring the hands under the shoulders. Actually, let's do a forearm plank. Come onto the forearms, walk the legs back. So the back is neutral, don't let the hips drop. Try and keep the back neutral, try and pull the belly in. If you need to have the knees down, you can. And we're going to hold this. A few breaths. Keep going as long as you can. Really pushing the forearms, especially the elbows, into the ground. Keep engaging that belly. And then side forearm plank. Doesn't matter which side, but this time you're not dropping the hips not too high. Try and get nice and neutral. And you're bringing the other arm up. Now this time the knee can be down if you want, or the top foot can be down in front of you, and you're breathing. And this is going to again strengthen the core, strengthen the obliques. I'm really pushing that forearm into the ground. And then we transition to the other side. Keeping that hip neutral. You can look directly to the side or you can look up, whatever. Really push that forearm into the ground. And then we come out of that back into child's pose. Come back onto your hands and knees. Downward facing dog. Feet a little closer to each other. Start walking the dog, bending one knee as you straighten the opposite leg. Take a nice slow walk. Look forward, walk forward between the hands. Inhale halfway up. Exhale as you gently fold forward, relaxing the head. Inhale, breath, core brings us up, and then back into mountain. So we're going to do a little bit of flow. We come to the front of the mat. Inhale, bringing the arms up, looking up, bit of a backward bend. Exhale, folding forward and down. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, we plant the hands, we walk into plank. Knees down, chin chest forward and down, elbows in. Inhaling into cobra. Cobra, hips down, elbows bent. Don't shrunk up the shoulders. Exhale, down dog, hold down dog. Breathe. We look forward, walk forward between the hands. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, breath core brings us up. Back into mountain. Inhale, sweep the arms up, reach up. Exhale, folding forward and down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, we plant the hands. We're in plank. Knees down, chin chest forward and down. Inhaling into cobra. Exhale, down dog. Hold. Look forward, walk forward between the hands. Inhaling halfway up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up. And then back into mountain. Inhale, sweep those arms up. Exhale, fold forward and down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, we plant the hands. We're back in plank. Knees down, chin chest forward and down. Inhaling into cobra. Exhale, down dog and hold. Look forward, walk forward between the hands. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, coming all the way up. This time keep the fingers interlaced. Fingers interlaced, I'm pointing the index finger towards the ceiling. I'm reaching towards the ceiling, so we're going to go from side to side with the breath, over to one side. And then I inhale up and exhale to the other side. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Maybe you can start going a little deeper as you do that side bend. You're trying to keep both shoulders in one plane. One shoulder no more forward than the other shoulder. Take your time. Moving with the breath. And each time you come up, you're trying to reach up before you go over to the side. Inhale, reach up, and exhale to the side. And then just hold one side, doesn't matter which side. A few breaths, you're not holding the breath. And maybe you're going a little bit lower. And a little bit lower. Feeling that side stretch. Should feel good, shouldn't hurt. Inhale up, exhale over to the other side. Inhale, come back up. And then bring the arms down. Come back to the front of the mat. Start off in chair. Inhale into chair. Exhale, fold forward and down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, we plant the hands. We walk into plank. Knees down, chin chest forward and down. Inhaling into cobra. Opening that chest. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, the right leg up. Exhale, we sweep that foot through. We're coming into warrior one. Inhaling as you come up into warrior one. Exhale, we come back down. Plank. Knees down, chin chest forward and down. Inhaling into cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, the left leg up. Exhale, we sweep that foot through. Inhaling into warrior one on the other side. Exhale, back into plank. Knees down, chin chest forward and down. Inhaling to cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hold down dog. We look forward, walk forward between the hands. Inhaling halfway up. Exhale, folding forward, knees bent. We're back in chair. And then we come all the way up. Inhale into chair. Exhale, fold forward and down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, we plant the hands, plank. Knees down, chin chest forward and down. Inhaling into cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, the right leg up. Exhale, we sweep that foot through. We're in warrior one. Hold warrior one, breath or two. And then on your next exhale, we come into warrior two. We're holding warrior two. Lines of energy through the arms, relaxing the shoulder. So try not to stick the butt out too much. Try not to shift the hips too far forward. Try and get that neutrality. Reverse warrior. And then extended side angle. Forearms onto that front knee. Extend that top arm. Straight line from that top hand all the way through to that back foot. You're looking up towards the ceiling. We come back into warrior two, reverse warrior, and then we flow to the other side. Into plank, knees down, chin chest forward and down, inhaling into cobra, exhale, down dog. Inhale the left leg up, exhale, we sweep that foot through. We're in warrior one on the other side. We take a little bit of a backward bend and a breath or two. And on your next exhale, we come into warrior two. Reverse warrior. And then extended side angle. Back into warrior two. Reverse warrior. Into plank, hold, plank. Make sure the heels are directly over the toes, shoulders over the wrists. Engage the core. Bring the right hand to center. Side plank. Bottom knee can be down and top foot down in front of you. plank. If it bothers the wrists, you could do forearm plank again, or come onto your fists. Side plank other side. Back into plank, knees down, and then child's pose. Come back onto your hands and knees. Downward facing dog. Look forward, walk forward between the hands. Inhale halfway up. Exhale as you fold forward. Knees bent. We're back in chair. And then into mountain. Okay, let's work on tree. So we're going to be balancing on your right foot. I'm doing the mirror image. Before you get into tree, just look at the foot you're going to stand on and just lift up the toes and just try and spread the toes. Try and get as much space as you can between the toes, and then plant the toes on the ground and then come into tree, bringing the foot inside the standing leg, engaging the muscles of that leg. I would start off with the palms together and then relax the shoulders, broaden across the collarbone, and then bring the arms up. Reaching up, shoulders down slightly, and breathe. If you have a problem with the balance, do tree near a piece of furniture or a wall, and then you can just sort of, you've got something to hold on to if you need to. Focus on something not moving, that really helps. And this is really going to help with your balance if you persist in practicing this one. It's going to strengthen that standing leg. You're probably feeling it in the calf muscle, the ankle. And then you bring the hands down and you shake out the arms, shake out the legs. We held that for quite a while. I'm sure you're feeling it in the leg. Okay, next side. Spread the toes. Engage the leg muscles. Skin on skin is nice. You get more friction. Foot doesn't slide down the leg. Keep those quads working. Palms together, broaden across the chest, relax the shoulders. Arms up whenever you're ready, reach up, shoulders down slightly, and just hang out here. Nice pose. We're getting strength built. We've got a bit of a hip opener. You're having to concentrate to keep that balance. Keep breathing, don't hold the breath. And then we slowly come down and out of that pose. Lean over to one side. So the arm is totally dangling. You don't want it sort of pushing the arm out. It's sort of like it's totally dangling. It's almost like the arm is attached to the shoulder with a bit of string. And then just shake out the arm. Get every muscle nice and loose. The hand is nice and loose. And then we lean over to the other side, work on the other arm. Getting it nice and floppy. And then we work on the legs, standing on one foot, getting that leg loose, getting the foot loose. Not as easy as it seems. Sometimes it feels like the foot's actually bolted onto the leg. So you're really trying to get that foot nice and floppy. And then on the other leg, floppy, floppy, floppy. There we go. Bring the feet together. Get that gap between the toes. Big toes touching. Ground the toes. It's not you're not clenching the toes, but all the toe pads are on the mat. Extend the arms to the side, shoulders soft. Bring the right arm under the left arm. And if your shoulders are tight, you might have be a V shape like that. Otherwise, maybe you can bring the hands together, or the back of the hands together. Eagle arms. Into chair. And then you bring the right leg on top. Let's go into full eagle. You squeeze those legs together, and then you try and hook that foot into the full eagle. Once you're there, you center the arms, you lean back slightly, you go sit a little deeper, and maybe bring the arms up and breathe. And we come out of eagle, and we shake. Move those shoulders, loosen up. Ready for the other side. Extend the arms to the side. Lines of energy through those arms. We bring the left arm under the right arm. Bringing the hands closer. We come into chair. We bring the left leg on top. Squeeze those legs. And then see if you can hook the foot. If your knee is okay with that. We sit lower. We center the arms. We lift the arms up, we lean back. A lot going on this one. Shoulder opener, hip opener, and a balance challenge. And we release. And we shake out again. Come to the front of the mat. Inhale into chair. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, we plant the hands, we walk into plank. Knees down, chin just forward and down. Inhaling into cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, we sweep that foot through. We come into a low lunge. Bringing the hands onto that knee. So what we're trying to do here is stretch out the front of that back leg, the psoas. I like to glue that front foot in and try and pull that foot in. You can just hang out, if this is enough stretch, just hang out here. If you want to go a little deeper, you bring the arms up and you lean backward. Let's go into a twist. Now normally I would bring the arms outside the leg, but I'm going to do an easier twist today. I'm going to bring that hand inside the foot and just open like this. If you want to go deeper, you know how to go deeper. Then I'm going to bring the back knee off the ground. And knee comes down, hands either side of that front foot, and switch. So we're in a lunge on the other side. If it's tough on the knee, fold the mat, get some padding. Pull that front foot towards the back knee, arms up, reach up, bit of a backward bend, and then coming to the twist. Opening up towards the side of the room and bringing the back knee off the ground. Switch again. Now this time we're going to take the foot over to the side. So the foot's lined up with the knee, the foot is pointed towards the side of the room, and we just rest the forearm on that knee, and we're just going to go over to the side and back to center. It's like side lunges. We'll do about 10 of these. And this is going to stretch out the adductors. A few more. And then just hold that side lunge and add the arm. And you can bring the hand down if you want. And then we extend the leg over to the side. This time the foot is facing forward. Foot still lined up with the knee. And we bring the forearms to the ground. And we just come backward and forward. See how that feels. And this is going to stretch out the back a little and also the inside of the leg again. And then hold it, but we're tending to go back when we're holding this. And then we switch. We take the other foot over to the side, to a side lunge, and we just go from side and back to center. I'm going to do this a few times. And then hold that side lunge, add the side stretch, and bring the hand down if you want. And then we extend the leg to the side, pushing the outer edge of the foot into the mat, forearms down, and we just bring the body forward and back a few times. And then hold. I'm bringing my body backward and holding it. And then let's go into a hamstring stretch. So bring your right foot forward, come onto the fingertips. Now this, sometimes people like to have two blocks when they're stretching out the hamstring like this. But let's just do a little bit of dynamic work first. Start extending the leg and then back into lunge. Extend, lunge, extend, lunge, and then hold the extension. As I say, so I would walk the hands in a little bit closer. Some people like the hands on blocks, but you want some support here. And then if you can get contact between the belly and the leg, you can start folding forward. And you get quite a stretch in the back of the leg on this one. Keeping that front foot nice and active. And you're bringing the head closer and closer towards the legs. Keep belly contacted with the leg. And maybe you can even bring the forearms down. Take your time. But most of us are going to be up like this. You might have to bend the knee as well if it's too much of a hamstring stretch. You know, bend the knee if you need to. Don't make it too intense. Don't push yourself too much. We switch. Start off with a little bit of dynamic stretching. Straightening the leg, bending the knee. Do this a few times. And then we hold the extension. We activate this foot. Walking the hands in closer, maybe on blocks. Come up, pull those hips forward. And if you want to go down nice and safely. And slowly. Whenever you're going into a deep stretch, take your time, let the body get used to it, and then come out of that and sit on the heels. If your knees are not happy, you can take a block and just sit on the block, so it takes the pressure off the knees if you're sitting like this. If you'd rather sit cross-legged, that's fine. Let me come in a little closer. So we're just going to stretch out the neck for a little bit. So we're sitting nice and tall, and we're going to take the head from side to side with the breath. Inhale as the head comes up, exhale down. This stretches out the shoulders a little bit as well. And then we're going to hold the stretch on one side. Doesn't matter which side. And we're going to keep that side stretch, but we're bringing the head a little bit more forward. And then we take the head backward. And we bring the head up to neutral and over to the other side. Side stretch. Keep the side stretch, and the head comes forward. And then backward. And then we bring the head back up to neutral. Turn the head from side to side, letting the movement follow the eyes. Inhale to center, exhale as you turn the head to the side. And then just hold the side stretch, trying to look behind you. Inhale to center, exhale as you turn the head in the other direction. Inhale to center, exhale chin to the chest. This time take the hands behind the head, encouraging the chin in a little closer. Bring the hands down, and then just rotate the head in one direction, slow. And just notice any little creaks, any cracks in the neck. I have a few of those. We end up with the chin at the chest, and then we circle in the other direction. If this seated position gets uncomfortable, you can switch to a cross-legged position. Come back up. Extend the right arm forward, shoulder back. Pull that arm in towards you. Pulling above the elbow. Add the twist. We switch. Other arm extended forward, shoulder back. Pull that arm in. Add the twist. Back to center. Bring the right arm behind you. Grab the right wrist with the left hand. And then bring the back of that hand between the shoulder blades, if you can. Bring the other arm up, keeping it close to the head, and see if you can hook the fingers. If that's not possible, you could have a strap, connecting the hands with the strap. Or you could hold on to the opposite elbows. Once I've hooked the hands, my fingers are now hooked. I'm trying to pull that lower hand up a little higher. Try and avoid putting pressure on the head. Breathe. We release. Best part of this pose is coming out of this pose. Feels bad. Feels good. Other side. Taking the other hand. Trying to bring the back of that hand between the shoulder blades. And sometimes you need to hold on to the elbow and pull the elbow more centered, if you can. Other arm comes up, keeping it in close, and we try and hook the fingers. Try not to push into the head or the neck. Try and hook the fingers, and then see if you can pull that hand up the back a little bit. Or as I say, just hold on to a strap. And then we release. We're going to work our way into pigeon. So come back onto your hands and knees. Downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, we bring that knee forward. Take it easy. So I'm bringing the knee close to my right wrist. Then I tuck the toes of my back foot. I'm trying to walk that foot back, keep the hips nice and even. Center the knee more if you have too much of a groin stretch. And if your body doesn't like this pose, you could do a reclined pigeon. You can be on your back and pulling the knees in that way. Raised pigeon. Extended pigeon, folding forward. Make sure the head is supported and just hang out here for a little bit. You can stay in extended pigeon, but for those of you that want more of a quad stretch, you're going to reach for the left foot with the left hand and pull the foot in towards you. Then hold on to the foot with the other hand. And this time we open up. This time you're pushing the foot into the hand and you're opening up to the side. We release. We come into down dog and walk the dog. We bring the left leg up. And we come into pigeon on the other side. Take your time, respect the knee, maybe tuck the toes of the back foot, walk back a little bit, then you can get a little bit lower perhaps. So the back foot, I usually bring the top of the foot on the mat and make sure the foot's nicely lined up with the leg. Opening up, extension, and then into extended pigeon. Pigeon is nice, you can just relax here, you can just hang out. You don't have to work at anything really. All I ask is you keep the hips nice and even to the ground and you keep that back foot nicely lined up with the leg. And as I say, recline pigeon coming onto your back if it bothers the knee or whatever. And then we slowly come back up. If you want to do the quad stretch, we hold onto that back foot, we pull the foot in. And then we switch, holding onto the foot with the other hand. And this time we're opening up, we're pulling the foot away. And we release. Let's have a go at cow face pose, Gomukhasana. So lean over to your side and bring that back leg round. So I've got my left leg on top. You've probably got your right leg on top, which is fine. I've got a huge gap here, so I need to come up, squeeze the legs together, and then I'm going to sit back down. Nice hip stretch. And then we're going to add the arms. We're going to do that arm stretch again. It doesn't really matter which arm. For you, I would take the left arm behind you, bringing it behind the back, between the shoulder blades, then hook the fingers, and if you prefer, just hold on to the opposite elbows behind you. Gomukhasana, cow face pose, and breathe. We haven't done this one for a while. We release, and then we're going to turn through 360. You're going to go anti-clockwise, keeping the feet in place. Then we should be set up for the other side. We try and get the legs closer, maybe coming up, squeezing those legs together. Sitting back down, and then you're going to bring the right hand, back of the hand between the shoulder blades, or hold on to the opposite elbows. Hook the fingers, slide that back hand slightly higher, and just hang out here and enjoy. Gomukhasana on the other side. And we come out of the pose. This is the best part, right? And we're going to come into Gomukhasana. We bring the soles of the feet together. We rock a little bit. As you're rocking, the feet are getting a little closer in. Become still. Back is neutral. And you're trying to encourage those knees down. If the knees are high, back is rounded, sit on something. Maybe flap the wings. This is also called butterfly pose, so we're flapping the wings of the butterfly. And we become still again, and we try and bring the knees closer to the ground. And we release. We bring the left foot inside the right leg. Inhale as the arms come up. Exhale, gently folding forward. Use the strap if you need to. And you can hold on to the wrist with one hand, and the hands are outside the foot if you're flexible enough. And we forward bend. And then we come up and we switch. Inhale as the arms come up, fold forward, holding onto the foot, maybe using a strap, maybe holding onto the wrist. Taking the forward bend on the other side. And we come back up. We pull both feet in. We come into plank. Knees down, chin chest forward and down. Inhaling into cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Walk both feet together. Come into a seated position as best you can. Dandasana, staff pose. Inhale the arms up, both legs extended forward. We reach for the feet, maybe a strap again. Maybe a little bit of rocking side to side. And then take the forward bend. Come up into seated pose. And either reverse plank or reverse tabletop. So from the seated position, let me just switch my mat again. If you're doing tabletop, you walk the feet in. It's a little bit easier. Reverse plank, legs are extended, hands behind you, and you lift the hips up. And you try and bring the toes towards the ground, and the head goes back carefully, and you breathe. Really pushing the hands into the ground, opening that chest, and you slowly come down. Arms come up, head comes up, inhale, exhale, we fold forward again for a breath or two. And then we come all the way down and we take a full body stretch, reaching with the arms, reaching with the legs, pulling the hips away from the feet, pulling the back away from the hips. We take a little bit of a side stretch, stretching out one side of the body. And then we stretch out the other side. And then recenter. Now if you want to add a twist before Shavasana, you can bring one knee in. So I'm bringing the left knee in, extending the right leg on the ground, and I'm going to take that left knee over to the right as I extend the left arm. And then as you come out the twist, you pull the knees in and you rock. And then take the twist in the other direction, left leg extended, right knee pulled in. Take the right knee over to the left, extending the right arm, looking over that right shoulder. Keep both shoulders grounded. We come out of the twist, both knees pulled in, little bit of rocking, and then transition into Shavasana, maybe taking another full body stretch, and then relax in Shavasana, palms up, eyes closed, totally relax. Snuggle into the ground. Sink into the ground. Become heavy. If you've got any back discomfort, sometimes it's nice just to pull the knees in. Takes pressure off the back. just on your feet with the knees bent, if that's more comfortable. Keep your focus on the breath. See if you can slow down the breath. Stretch out the hands. And then just relax. Stretch out again. And relax. One more time. Stretch out the hands. And relax. Walk the feet in and roll over onto your side and take about 3 or 4 breaths. And then gently push yourself into a seated position. Inhale, bringing the arms up. Exhale as they come down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Bringing the hands to the forehead. Namaste.